Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers. Right on to the real, much love to these haters. It's time for the Lakers. It's time for the Lakers.
What is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Tuesday. And first and foremost, as I always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we do know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action the other night on Sunday. And of course, they were taking on none other than the San Antonio Spurs. And they did come away victorious, just like I thought that they would and what we talked about in the pregame. And I said that the Lakers would go out and have a strong performance. And of course, that the Lakers would be on the uptick because finally they got away from some of the strenuous portions of their schedule, because we all know, you know, their first, 10, 11, 12 games were against opponents that were all playoff teams and all above 500 teams who were playing really well. So now the Lakers get to take on some of the lesser tier teams. So by no means am I patting the Lakers on the back telling them, hey, you know what, they the end all be all and they about to win the championship. But what I am seeing is the gradual growth of the team chemistry coming together, and it's starting to look good, because when you can go out and beat a team that is shorthanded, we all know the San Antonio Spurs were without Jacob Poeltl, their center, who is, you know, a big rim protector for them. He even scored 30 points at one point during the season. You know, he's not, you know, he was somebody that was definitely missed, and it did allow for Anthony Davis to definitely take advantage of his matchup. But at the end of the day, when you, and plus, let's not to mention, Popovich was out with the illness, and we know that bug has been going on in the NBA, but whatever. So, man, point I'm trying to make is, when you go out and you play a team that is not on the level of you as far as talent, and that's no disrespect to your opponent, because this is the NBA, and in the association, any team could win on any given night. But when you go out and you know you're the better team, you put a team away and you leave no doubt in their mind, and you let them know who they are dealing with. You dealing with a Hall of Famer, soon to be eventually, in Anthony Davis, somebody that was in the top 75, who is actually now, over the past 3 games, starting to show what he can do and what he's capable of, and why he was being mentioned with names like Giannis and Jokic and others. So if AD is back, I don't know, he's not showing any signs of, you know, the back problems that was giving him problems earlier, you know, during the early part of the season. So I don't know, he's looking real good. And before I get into what Anthony Davis is doing, man, I just want to bring something up real quick, man, for all the smooth brain individuals, for all the people who think, well, the Lakers are now winning because, well, they don't have LeBron James. I mean, get the dope out your veins and the hope into your brains, because you will never, ever get nowhere smoking the pipe. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell you all is that the Lakers' chemistry is growing. It doesn't have anything to do with LeBron James being out, because LeBron James, just like Russell Westbrook, is capable of finding open teammates. And I will say this, you know, LeBron earlier in the season with the sore foot, he was playing at almost a detriment to the team. I won't lie, because he was lacking his explosiveness. He was lacking his jump shot. He was lacking his mid-range fadeaway, because when you have a sore foot like that, and he just was forcing himself to play because he thought he had to, because he didn't have faith in the team, because they hadn't built that chemistry yet. But then a blessing in disguise came along, and he injured that groin. And now he had the opportunity to sit back. We all know what happened in film session a few days ago, how LeBron has came up being the leader that he's supposed to be. You know, even Dennis Schroeder alluded to in his press conference the other night that LeBron hadn't been very vocal beginning the season, but the past week or so since he's been out, he's really stepped up as far as assisting the coaches in film session and taking it the extra mile and getting in players' faces and letting them know and holding them accountable for things. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, and you can see the chemistry growing with the players. And I said in a couple of shows ago, if you didn't see it, go back and check it out, 2 shows ago, where I said that, you know, the play of Lonnie Walker and Austin Reaves is going to make them actually be respected as 3-and-D guys in the NBA. Because when the Lakers traded away KCP, when they traded away Caruso, when they traded away, who am I missing? Danny Green. Then you lost 3-and-D defenders. You understand? But Now you have somebody that can emerge as that. And I'm not saying Lonnie Walker by any means is a great defender, but he's playing quite well. And he's actually has the 5th best defensive rating on the Lakers so far this season. So he's not a slouch out there, and he's closing out on 3-point shooters. He's staying glued to the hip of his man. He's fighting through screens, and he's taking his defensive assignments seriously. And so is Austin Reaves. And Austin Reaves is getting real comfortable as far as hitting that 3-point shot. I think he was 3 of 5 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm telling you, if Austin Reaves and Lonnie Walker, so the Lakers are going to run into an issue when LeBron does come back, who do you think should be the starters? I personally say you could still start LeBron James. Then you could have, I say, Pat Bev, and people might disagree with that, but there's a reason behind this. And, you know, if you want to continue to bring Russ off the bench, then that's fine too, but I say not necessarily Dennis Schroeder. I mean, it's probably going to be, I'm pretty sure they're going to start Schroeder and Pat Bev in the backcourt. Then I'm assuming they're going to move LeBron over to the 3, AD to the 4, and maybe Thomas Bryant to the 5, because he was looking well playing alongside AD too, because just like I said, when he came back, that, you know, he was going to be a good backup center for AD, but at times you can let AD play the 4 where he can roam on the defense. And you saw when he was in the game with Thomas Bryant, he had so much more flexibility because Bryant could stay and protect the rim while AD could roam around and play off the ball D, and he did a spectacular job of it, and it's been looking like truly a top, I was saying a top 5 defender, but looking like a top 3 defender right now. Might be putting in a case for the defensive player of the year. You understand me? So it's very early. If everybody in the naysayers who count LeBron James out, I'm telling you, it's a blessing in disguise when he come back healthy and you got the confidence of these players. See, you lose a lot of confidence. Even Westbrook has regained his confidence. He's taking and making threes now like it's nothing. Did so last night. He's done so the past few games. He's comfortable in his role off the bench. I think that should definitely stay the same. Maybe go ahead and start Schroeder. Maybe they'll put Schroeder, Pat Bev in the backcourt, LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4, Thomas Bryant at the 5. But then that leaves out Lonnie Walker. So that's probably not going to happen. So I'm probably thinking it's going to be Dennis Schroeder, then Dennis Schroeder, Pat Bev, Lonnie Walker at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and AD at the 5. That's probably what we would see. But it's going to be so many different combinations. And now the Lakers bench, now that they've gotten progressively better for each game, you can see that the Lakers really don't have any weaknesses, so to speak. And I know it's just Detroit, and I know it's just San Antonio, and who else was it? They should have won against Sacramento. Sacramento was playing great, by the way. They should have won against the Clippers, playing great, by the way. But I'm telling you what, I don't know if LeBron James will return tomorrow against the Phoenix Suns. They become somewhat of a nemesis to them. I'm calling it right now. I'm calling it right now. Even if LeBron doesn't come back tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I won't say it'll hurt the chemistry, but they have to figure out a way to get them back in rhythm, because now players have learned their rotation, so you don't want to disrupt that. And a lot of people are saying Austin Reaves shouldn't get moved to the bench when LeBron come back. So now you might be thinking Pat Bev is no longer a starter. You know, you might say Dennis Schroeder, Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reaves, Lonnie Walker, LeBron, and AD at the 5. But you got different ways you can do this, you know. And let's think if he's not starting, then you got Westbrook with Austin Reaves. But see, what you really want to avoid, though, I would prefer, to be honest, now that I just really thought about this for a moment, guys, I would prefer for Pat Bev to be in the starting lineup, because I don't want Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook on the floor at the same time, because Westbrook is a facilitator and he getting people involved, and Pat Bev is not that guy as far as scoring, especially this year, even though he did, I think, maybe hit a 3 finally yesterday. But it depends on the Lakers' defensive assignments. You know, if it's somebody in particular who the Lakers are going up against that they feel like, you know, Pat Bev needs to get the nod as starter, because it's really going to be part of the game plan to implement Pat Bev, like how he played against KD in Brooklyn. You understand? A couple of games ago. That's who that third squad was. I couldn't remember. And and the way Brooklyn is looking now with Kyrie coming back too, hey, they looking like they could be dangerous. And we know Anunoby, forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's been on fire, shooting like damn near 60% from 3 the past 4 games. So, you know, but anyway, I want to focus on what Anthony Davis has been doing the past 3 games too, because Anthony Davis, if he can play like this when LeBron James returns, it's over with. You understand me? If Anthony Davis can play like this when LeBron James returns, you talking about, let's call this section, the brow is balling. So you talking about in Brooklyn, 37 points. In Detroit, 38 points. The Spurs, 30 points. Now, he would have had 40. Didn't even play the fourth quarter. It was garbage time by then because the Lakers finally had put their foot on the gas and did what they had to do. But you talking about against Brooklyn, what? 15 to 25 field goals, 7 for 7 on free throw, and 18 rebounds. Against Detroit, 10 out of 16. These are great percentages, by the way. 18 to 21 for free throws, 21 free throw attempts against Detroit, by the way, showing how aggressive he was and just really been playing in the paint as of late, where he's blown. Get your ass down there in the paint where you blown, AD. And 16 rebounds at that. And then against the Spurs in just 3 quarters, 12 out of 19, 6 out of 6 from the free throw line, and 18 rebounds. So if you look at it, 3 games in a row, 18 rebounds, 16 rebounds, 18 rebounds. Come on. Come on now. The Lakers are getting deep. And see, I wasn't even talking about Wayne and Gabriel, who has become very dependable. And I'm not talking about Thomas Bryant, who really looking good. I'm trying to tell you that the Lakers squad, everybody want to hit the panic button, you know. And like I said, I know Detroit was coming out the second night of a back-to-back. Spurs was coming out the second night of a back-to-back. They still young teams, but at the end of the day, and they're not that good. So like we said, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. All I'm saying is everybody want to count the Lakers out the mix. When you look at it, they only 4 or 5 games out the 3 spot. Because if you look at the rankings from 4 all the way down to 9 or 10, it's damn near the same amount of losses. You look by the loss column. Shit, Golden State got 8 losses. You know, so matter of fact, Golden State and New Orleans will be tipping off tonight. That'll be a good one. And either way, some of these Western Conference teams are going to start beating each other up. And if the Lakers can take advantage of their Eastern Conference schedule, I think the Lakers got like damn near 16 out of the next 21 on the road because they spent a lot of time at the Crizzo, you know, during the early part of this year. So, you know, we're going to see what they can do. But what I want to point out on well, not yesterday, but Sunday's night victory is, you know, there was 7 Lakers players in double digits. You had Walker had 14, AD had 30, Reaves had 21, Westbrook had 10, Nunn had 13, Schroeder had 13, and Thomas Bryant had 13. And then the Lakers actually shot, and they've been shooting better and better each game from 3. They were 12 out of 34 from 3 at 35%, while holding the Spurs to the same amount of attempts, 34 attempts, but the Spurs only hit 7 and only shot 20%. So they was looking about like how the Lakers was looking at the beginning of the season. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, Lakers coming for you. We're going to say Lakers coming gunning. So on 3, I want everybody to say it with me, especially everybody, you know what I'm saying, who is down with Lakers and knowing what they're going to do to go make this season real special, because it was a lot of people talking crazy from the beginning. And, you know, you got all the trolls, the internet trolls, who always got the Lakers name and LeBron James name in their mouth, and they look into it. And, you know, I talk to casuals and stuff like that, and the casual be like, man, the Lakers was 0-5, the Lakers this and that, but not even looking at the defending champ Golden State Warriors. What's their excuse? They got the same team. They got the same team. Lakers got a new team. They building chemistry, a new coach, a new system. What's Golden State excuse? Why is that not focused on? Because everybody know at the end of the day, people want to diminish the legacy of none other than LeBron James. But, you know, people used to that right now. If you ain't hating, if people not hating on you, then you're not doing something right. But anyway, if you haven't already, man, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell, hit that notification. Let's share it. Let's keep it moving. And we're going to keep talking about these Lakers all season long, as well as touch on other NBA games. If y'all got anything else you want me to touch on, put it in the comments. And as always, man, this has been your boy B New. I just want to say right on to the real, and much love to these haters. I'm out.